Now, I think we've got Alyssa with us. I've tried to pull her in a couple of times, but we've kind of had some opportunities here. She's out in Scotland. Alyssa, are you with us?
I am, Rex. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Right on. Okay. Glad you could make it with us. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much for having me on. You know how much I love the Leak Project.
Yeah. I know that you've been actually listening to the shows now for quite some time, for at least 6 months, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, about a year, I think. I just started commenting maybe about 6 months ago.
Oh, right on. Yeah, well, I like your Skype logo there, Gnostic Valkyrian. That's pretty cool. We got Chris here with us, and if you could tell Chris what kind of things you're working with right now, that'd be great.
Yeah,
hi, Alyssa.
Hi, Chris. What it is, I'm almost 44, and I have fibromyalgia. I've had it for, they think, maybe since 2000, since I had some trauma that year, but I've only been officially diagnosed for about 8 years. And it's gotten to the point where I can't even work anymore. The pain is just so bad, especially in the mornings. It's kind of like a widespread chronic pain. It's shooting, it's stabbing, and it causes cognitive dysfunction as well. You kind of get a fog going on. Your joints swell, leg cramps, disruptive sleep.
Okay. Now, first of all, I've got quite a few clients in Scotland, so Scotland is a big favorite of mine. The UK has been incredibly good to me. Lots of
Freedom! Sorry, it's been years since I've done that. You can take our land, but you can't take our freedom.
Okay, now let me ask you a couple of questions. And generally, when people have this type of pain in their body, it could be a few different things. But from my experience, I'm going to ask you, how are your bowel movements?
Perfect. Actually, I eat really, really healthy. We don't eat anything processed. Everything's fresh and whole.
Okay, so that what that would mean is that you don't have any leaky gut syndrome, so that generally sometimes fecal toxins will back up into the body, and that can cause a whole rash of problems. So let's have a look with the pendulum, see what it says. Where's the most pain in your body right now?
Right now, it's in my shoulders and radiating out into my wrists and my knees.
Okay. What problem do we need to work on within Alyssa, please? What is this problem? High levels of calcium is within her nerves. Okay, here we go. Within Alyssa's nerves, within the axillary nerves, deltoid nerves, ulnar nerves, radial nerves, within the upper nervous system, calcium buildup and deposits false. Calcium crystals, calcium buildup and deposits false. Oh, calcium crystals in the nerves and muscles. Nerves and muscles false. Okay, I'm getting a lot of energy off of this, a lot of pull. Within Alyssa's nerves and the shoulders and the arms, calcium and calcium crystals false. Okay, that is lifting. Now, you need to tell me if that made a change at all, if it feels a little better.
It absolutely did make a change. I couldn't believe it. I was getting lighter and lighter and lighter.
Yes. So basically, this is a buildup of calcium. It creates a crystal, and it's like tiny little shards of knives pressing against those nerves. Okay. Now, let's see. Where is the highest level of calcium and calcium crystals within Alyssa's body? All right. So what we're going to do is just remove them from the entire physical body. Here we go. Within Alyssa's entire physical body, All excess calcium buildup, all calcium crystals, false. Entire physical body, entire nervous system.
Okay, I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
You're so welcome. So this problem is a calcium problem. You might want to consider taking a silica supplement to help bind out all the calcium. Possibly magnesium would help. If you juiced cucumber, there's plenty of silica in cucumber, but I would say probably some magnesium might help you a lot.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Well, thank you, Alyssa. I really appreciate you coming on here with us, and good luck with everything.
Thank you, Rex. You too. My pleasure. And keep up with the great work. Thank you so much. I love the leak project.
Right on. I appreciate it. Thanks for the kind words, and enjoy Scotland. You have a wonderful day, and we'll talk again.
Thank you. Does Chris have a website so I can be in contact with him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's chriskehler.net, and last name is spelled KEHLER.net.
Great. Thank you. Have a lovely
Love to hear from
evening.
You too.
Cheers from Scotland. Bye.
Cheers. All right.
We help a lot of people for fertility issues, and it actually works. I mean, my wife and I, her first marriage, they had a miscarriage. Our first time around, there was a miscarriage. I said, enough of that. So we did lots of energy work, lots of prep stuff, lots of alternative natural forms of healthcare, and we got 2 beautiful children now.
Yeah, that's awesome. And let me ask you, too, with all the work that you do, dealing with so many different fields of energy and stuff, what do you do for yourself to filter that out so it doesn't affect you?
Well, here's the wonderful thing about these tools, is that the tool does the job. I'm just using my intent. So for a lot of people, let's say, who do quantum touch, which I'm certified in, a lot of people do Reiki or different types of hands-on types of work. You're actually absorbing those energies into your body, okay? So people who are very, very good at it may be able to get past that, but people who are just getting started, your body will absorb those energies. Now, a third of all my clientele are other healers that do other modalities, people who are in the healing modality realm, and they are very sick. And you have to wonder why. That's because they bring on a lot of these energies themselves. Okay, so if you have the tools, you have the right tool, you can get the job done. And I do this 8-9 hours a day, 5 days a week. And I take some time off now and then, and I come home and I got lots of energy. I've got a 4-year-old boy to run after, a 2-year-old girl to run after, and at 54 years old, you got to have some energy, and things go pretty well. So I'm able to clear myself with this modality. I'm able to clear myself, and it does work. So that's where we are. I eat properly, try to eat properly, and just keep a nice balanced lifestyle.
That's great. And do you ever do any work with what's called Radionics type machines, Rife machines?
I do have a radionic device myself, and that's how I got started working with energy, was working with a radionic device. And it does work. It does have its limitations in certain ways. Number one, it's not working with intent. All it's doing is working with frequency, and it just cancels out frequencies. When you're working with intent, when you're working with higher levels of consciousness, it works at a much higher level. There's 7 different levels to the human, okay? 7 different levels to the soul, 7 different levels to the chakra system, and so on. And what working with intent does and working with the tools does, it goes to that very highest level and works down from there to completely clear up the problem instead of taking out half the problem, which some other modalities do. Or if you're not strong enough with your intent, you can only take away maybe a third of the problem. But with what I'm doing and with my system of identifying the problem, I can find out if you have a West Nile virus. I can find out if you have a herpes zoster virus. I find out what type of entity you have. I don't just open blanket the problem. I actually identify right down to the very source of it, what it is, where it is, and when you work with that specificity, you're able to really get that issue out and work and actually with one or two sessions, sometimes that's all people need, and problems are gone.
People seem to be on different frequencies, right? Whether you're at a higher vibration or a lower, but it seems to have a big impact on everything because there's some type of frequency underlying, whether it's a plant or animal or whatever. So have you certain musics and tones and stuff like that you listen to that kind of helps bring up the vibration or that you would recommend to people?
Yeah, so audio tones are very helpful with that. Those are 428 frequencies work very good. Of course, you know, any music nowadays doesn't have a 428. Even with my rock band that I play in, I'm sure it's not a 428, but it's not hurting anybody, okay? But to raise your frequency, what I've been doing lately with people is when I'm doing an extended session, what I will do is I will change their blood type to an AB positive. There's a lot of concept out there that the Rh negative types of blood do correlate with, say, a reptilian energy or this energy or that energy. So anybody with an Rh negative, you could be more susceptible to taking in dark energies or illness or always having something going on. It makes you more susceptible. So what I do with everybody now, and I didn't do it today because we wanted to be able to get more sessions in, is change that blood to an AB positive, which is the rarest form of blood, and it's the highest vibration of blood closest to source. Okay, so by doing that, it automatically raises up your vibration and helps to facilitate the healing.
So you can actually change people's blood type?
Yes, we can. Now, if you go and get your blood tested, it may still show up as your normal type. But what's happening here, it's changing at an etheric level. So whatever happens in your causal body, in your energy bodies, your physical body will pick it up and say, okay, my blood is AB positive, but it's really, say, O negative. Okay, but it'll work as if it's AB positive. Now, this is not detrimental. Nothing bad's going to happen. We're just raising the vibration in your etheric bodies so that things can happen at a higher level.
And how would you do a live blood analysis with somebody? I'm looking at that on your website right now.
Yeah, live blood analysis, you got to be in Winnipeg, Manitoba to do that. So I don't suggest you get on a plane anytime soon. There's lots of people in different cities that do live blood analysis, and it's very effective. You can have a good look at your blood and see if there's any pathogens. You can use it as a tool to see if a specific diet that you're using is working. You start the diet, you get your blood tested, you have a look, and then let's say 4 or 5 weeks later, you go back again and see if your blood looks healthier. Then you can tell if the diet is working and your body is increasing in health.
Another thing, too, is the foot bath detox. I've heard really good things about it and also the opposite. So what would you say to those that talk about how if you have one of those things or do it too many times, it actually pulls a lot of essential nutrients out of your body too, or even if you just have it done once?
Yes, indeed. You know, if you are in an illness situation, of course, you want to get all the bad stuff out. And what I always recommend, if you're going to do a foot bath detox, make sure you're taking a good mineral supplement along with it so you can replace those trace minerals that might be pulled out. Of course, the foot bath detox doesn't discern between good and bad. It just takes stuff out. Now, what it does is it does alter the polarities within certain areas of your body to release. Anything with a negative polarity will be released. So some of the good stuff will stay. Of course, it's not going to take everything good out of you. But it does change the polarities through the ion interaction. I do recommend it for people who are trying to come off of medications to pull all the medications out of their body. If you're trying to quit smoking, this will help to get all the toxins from the cigarettes out of your body. As let's say a maintenance, if you did one maybe once every 6 months, not the end of the world. It's not going to kill you. It's going to help to keep your body balanced. You just need to make sure that you put the right nutrients back in your body.
Okay. And also the tools that you're using, the crystalline energy tools, Do you have like a website that people could purchase those themselves, or certain ways to make them?
Yeah, I am a distributor for the company, which is in Alberta, Canada. The fellow who makes them, let me tell you quickly about him. His name is Wayne Gatos, and his job is to sit in a bathtub 3 hours a day, running energy into the earth grid, running current into the earth grid. And he explains it, it's the equivalent of sitting in a bathtub full of water with your finger in a light socket. So his job is to clear the earth grid of all these negative forms of energies in order that the earth and humanity can go through into the ascension, into the fifth dimension, into higher consciousness. The way he makes money is by making and selling these tools. So I am a distributor. And you can go to my website, and I do have a good majority of his tools. He has many others, but they're big and expensive, so I don't carry them. But the ones that work very well, the small rings, the large rings if you're a practitioner, the pyramids work very well. And these soon may be on the website. I will sell them to you if you're an experienced healer. If I douse and find that you are of a very high vibration, then I will let you have one. Otherwise, it's a very exclusive club of people who have a Vesica Pisces.
That's a pretty neat shape right there. I remember the Pyramid Power book that I read by Dr. Patrick Flanagan that had some really neat information on how if you build one to certain specifications and have it aligned magnetic north, that there's some really cool things that happen if you are placing things underneath the pyramid towards the apex and stuff. So that's fascinating, Chris. And I would also like to recommend our listeners go to chriskehler.net. You can see what type of work Chris does, as well as the different products and such. And this has been great, Chris. I really appreciate coming on the show with us. And is there anything that you'd like to leave with the audience before we close out tonight?
There's lots of things I'd like to leave with the audience. There's so many things that are going on an energy level right now, so many changes that I'm finding it hard to keep up with. All the new clearings that come in. Every day there's something new that's brought to me from source. But lately what's happened now is we have gone into this fifth dimension. It has happened. A lot of the negative energies are being put away. I actually heard the gates of hell closing. So things are happening.
What did that sound like?
Well, I was in a meditation. I was having a little snooze, and I heard a thud. And I looked around. I says, "What the heck was that?" And I always hear things. Things are always happening in my office, and I knew that was something big. And I doused it and said that the gates of hell had closed. So that's a good thing. What I recommend to people: number one, don't freak out. There's a lot of energy changes happening. If you feel that you're going through a period where you're just full of anxiety, that you're full of, you don't know what's happening, and you just get annoyed easily, don't freak out. Just kind of go through it. If this isn't you, it's not you. Okay, just let it happen. Ride through it. Drink lots of water. Think of the changes as an oscilloscope, up and down, up and down. And when they're bad, we're in a downward motion. Then they'll come back up again. Things will get good, and so on. So just accept it. And just know that good things are coming, okay?
Absolutely. Can't wait to speak with you again sometime.
Always a pleasure, my friend. You just let me know and I'll be here.
Right on. Check out our new website that we've updated recently, leakproject.com. Over 200 full-featured podcasts, absolutely free. Be the change you want to see, folks. This is Rex Bear. Good night.